so that he can get the higher level Shockwave to deal with the Talons. Because you don't want to be fighting the Talons with just, the attacks of your heroes and units. They'll all get cycloned and then you'll lose instantly. So, looks like Grubby now with 2 scrolls of healing, trying to buy up all the scrolls to prevent Sonik from having any. And if he is successful at that, he'll win decisively. I mean, that's one nice thing about this map is you can. I mean, it is practical to buy up all the scrolls. You do have to be careful that your opponent does not go to the shop before you do, but you can manage to get all the scrolls of healing just by being there, because there's only one shop. So, looks like Grubby thinking about creeping this bottom camp. Actually, he has no choice, and somehow he woke up the creeps. So, maybe he went in there and pulled. I didn't see him do that though. So, will this give him level 3? I don't think so. Anyway, deciding not to creep it. Tinker is out for Sonik, and he's got 6 Talons. So Grubby actually a little bit behind in his Torn Chieftain experience. He probably wants a Shockwave level 2 at this point, but he doesn't have it. And he will really need it to deal with those Talons. Grubby looks like he's sending in the Blade Master. He may be able to put significant damage on the Tinker if he decides to do that. Instead, just going for the creep steal, getting it. Torn Chieftain is still level 2 and still only mid level 2. So that level 2 Shockwave, which is going to be really important, is still quite a ways away. Tinker in a bit of trouble, low HP. Blade getting Cyclone though, getting 1 hit. Okay, Tinker used a greater heal pot and managed to save himself that way. Torn Chieftain needs to Shockwave those. Come on, use it. Shockwave before you get burned. There we go. Shockwave on the Talon. Still not that effective because it's only level 1 Shockwave. Beastmaster getting surrounded though, and he really, yeah, Sonik needs to use something to break that surround. He loses his Beastmaster. Not a huge hit, but actually it's level 2, which is unfortunate for him. He lost his higher level hero, but meanwhile he's doing a good job at keeping the Blade Master out of the battle. Grubby getting a Quill Beast there. Now the Blade Master is back in. Looks like the Talons don't have enough Cyclone to deal with it. Pocket Factory goes up and Grubby's going to be forced away again. Only 1 or 2 Cyclones left. That Raider's going to go down. It's getting surrounded. So that will go down easily. But meanwhile, it looks like Grubby waiting for the Cyclone to wear off and then going to come in again. Come on, dispel it. Grubby not using his dispel very well. He needed to dispel there, and he actually does force the TP though. So Torn Chieftain is now level 3, so that's very important. Grubby now finally with a level 2 Shockwave on his Torn Chieftain. Let's see what he's doing. He's at 50 food, and gonna stay there. Looks like Sonik is scouting with his Wisp to check that Grubby hasn't expanded. Meanwhile, Sonik is at 45 food and working up to 50, and 50 food of Talons is a lot of units, though. And creeping his Merc Camp. Grubby now creeping his Torn Chieftain up, and his next stop is level 5 and level 3 Shockwave. Because, I don't know, that just eats through Talons like nothing else. And Grubby could really use that. It's always, I mean, no matter how good you are, it's always hard to fight off Talons, and Grubby is very good, but Talons are just so difficult to beat. Anyway, and especially with his Blade Master so weak. I mean, Grubby has gotten like 0 Blade Master items, and you really need that focus damage on the enemy heroes. And so Grubby may have a bit of trouble in the future because of his lack of Blade Master damage items. But now coming in with a pretty good creep jack, getting a decent Shockwave off, not as good as it could have been, but they're going to get a few free Talon kills there with this ensnare. Picking off the Pocket Factory quickly, good job. Where's the Beastmaster? Beastmaster is caught out behind in a kind of ugly position for Sonik, and Sonik is maybe in a bit of trouble. Actually, Grubby on the run now. I'm not sure he really needed to get out immediately, but perhaps he was worried that it's because his Blade Master is out of mana or something. I don't know. What just happened there? Some item transferred. I didn't see that. Looks like Grubby continuing to buy as many scrolls of healing as he possibly can. Just to make sure that his opponent doesn't get them. Now Grubby, oh no. Well, Grubby sending one peon to the gold mine and it's just running away. So maybe he saw the wisp and decided not to expand there. I thought he was just going to expand anyway. And Blademaster getting spotted by those talons and actually by the army. I don't think he was fairy fired at that point. But now Grubby is on the run. He needs, well, he hasn't gotten a mana pot on his TC, which he really needs to do for this. In particular against talons, you must have a mana pot on your TC because it will get burned and you won't have enough shockwaves. So now here comes the battle, I guess, and Pocket Factory goes up in a very good location, and Grubby's going to be forced to go away from this. He's got his raiders trapped in his base. This is horrible. He almost got his raiders trapped in his base there. Meanwhile, he manages to extricate them, but meanwhile these goblins are just going to pound at his bestiary, and they may be able to take it down. Tinker actually only level 2, so they won't be able to take down the bestiary. But going to do a significant amount of damage to it, and Grubby, meanwhile, just forced to run away because he can't take out that Pocket Factory. The placement was very good. Going to go for that Merc right away, and looks like not able to take it down. The Blademaster, like I said, the Blademaster is not very strong, and not able to just do a huge amount of DPS like he wants to. Scroll of Healing going off for Sonik, but he has no Scroll of Healing left. And he does TP out, yeah. Grubby not getting off a Shockwave, but looks like he killed a few Talons. Finally taking down the Pocket Factory. So, now level 4 TC. Grubby needs to get that to level 5. And looks I don't think there are that many creeps left. They're probably the turtle camps in the corners, and maybe his Merc camp. Yeah, his Merc camp is still left. So actually he has plenty of options. He needs to do that now while there's this downtime, in order to get that level 3 Shockwave, which like I said, he'll need that for the next battle. Now, a little bit of a encounter here. Mana burn going off on the Blademaster, so burning a lot of mana away there. Meanwhile, Sonik is creeping, and I'm not sure what Grubby is doing. He's doing nothing with his army, which is a really bad idea. He must do something with his army. Now, finally moving out, leaving one Spirit Walker behind. I don't know, Grubby being a little careless here. He needs to bring all his units with him. When you're fighting Talons, you can't afford to have, half your army. Anyway, now creeping up is Torn Chieftain. So, Manual of Health, that's nice. And that's a Circlet of Nobility, so that's also good. But, why... Okay, there are two things I don't understand. First of all, finally he moved to Spirit Walker. Second, why is there this peon mining gold long distance? Grubby needs to use that peon better. I'm sure he doesn't have... Well, he actually does have plenty of wood. But he could be using that peon in so many ways. He could be using it to scout that this expo was going up, for example. Which he didn't. So, now a bat out, and Grubby a little premature with that bat because there are no fairy dragons being produced. But it still does damage. And now what is this? A peon is going out to scout. Guess Grubby's now deciding to check whether or not fairy dragons are in fact being produced. But no, there are no fairy dragons being produced. So Sonik could try and win this on Talons alone. Shockwave goes off, getting a few of those Talons, but now that the Torn Chieftain getting caught out in the middle. Oh no, the Torn Chieftain actually was in a really bad position there for a second, but managed to escape. Demon Hunter passing the Potion of Invulnerability to the Beastmaster to save it from that ensnare semi-surround, but now the Potion of Invulnerability is gone. Grubby's pulling back. I'm not sure why he's pulling back. I guess he still doesn't have a mana potion. Come on, get a mana potion. Looks like he's spending a lot of gold on those potions of healing, those healing scrolls. Looks like Grubby was thinking of buying a healing scroll there, but it turned out there wasn't one available, or maybe he was trying to get a TP scroll. I think he should probably not be without a TP scroll. He could be in big trouble if he gets caught off guard. And now Grubby sending his Blademaster in there. It still hasn't been cycloned, which is strange. There, finally, the Blademaster gets cycloned, and Grubby, I don't know, has no mana on his Torn Chieftain. I don't understand why he hasn't gotten a mana potion. He needs that Shockwave. He's not going to be able to win this battle really without a Shockwave. Actually doing a pretty good job, but there are a lot of Talons there. Grubby not really being able to use his Focus Fire effectively. He's using his Walkers to attack the Berserker, which is not good usage. All those ensnared Talons actually... Well, Grubby getting a couple of them with his TC. Now the Blademaster picking away at that Demon Hunter, but Demon Hunter is going to be able to get